you. I did one of my favorite things this week. I went to a friend and I just asked them, what's the hidden gem in your neighborhood? What's the coolest place that, of course, is probably not reviewed by the Times, maybe not even in Zagat. And especially in places like Brooklyn, where you don't get the foot traffic of Manhattan, these places depend on the repeat customer. They really depend on their, surrounding neighbors supporting them, or they just won't last. Well, this week I ventured to Brooklyn, over to Hoyt and Union in Carroll Gardens, a neighborhood I am not familiar with, but I am always amazed how quick it is to get out there on the subway. And I went to check out the Black Mountain Wine House. Now, as you approach this place, it definitely strikes you as completely out of place. You walk up and, well, it's a log cabin. It's still part of the building around it, but it looks like it's rebelling against the rest of the facade and trying to break away. It's a true cabin in Brooklyn, and let's just say it is unique, and I was intrigued. So I walked in, and one of the first thoughts I had to myself, and I think this is a really good thing, is this is exactly where I want to be right now. It was warm, it was cozy, there was candles everywhere, the decor was that kind of mishmash that just works in a really perfect, inviting way. And of course the bottom line is, if I can have a glass of wine while sitting in front of a real wood-burning fireplace, well, I am a very, very happy girl. Well, we had plenty of wine, maybe a little too much. And at this place, you better like your wine or beer, because that's all they're serving. Due to a law prohibiting certain liquor license within 200 feet of a church or school, the Black Mountain Wine House can only carry wine or beer. These laws are something that I did not know a lot about, but there actually is a 200-foot law and a 500-foot law prohibiting certain things. However, it's not a bad thing, because they have a great selection of wines and beers, all at reasonable prices. Now, one of the things I really like doing when I go to a new place, especially a place that calls itself a wine bar, is I really like to try the house wine. I think it says a lot about a place, and of course if it's good, you get a really good deal. But, it's significantly less than the other wines, and I went for it at Black Mountain. And I was a little bit nervous, I was kind of looking forward to that really nice glass of wine. And let's just say that my slight love affair with the Black Mountain Wine House began. It was a perfect house wine. It was subtle, it was smooth, perfect on its own or with anything you might eventually choose to munch on. It made me immediately think that this is the kind of place that's not leaving anyone behind. They don't want you to come in and have a great bottle of wine and that's the person who has a great experience. They want everyone to come in at any price range or any amount of time that they have and have that great experience. Alright, well, as you can tell at this point, yes, I was pretty much digging the Black Mountain Wine House, and I actually just came in for a drink. But you could not help but smell and see the delicious food that was coming out of the kitchen. Now, when I say kitchen, I mean about well, let's be generous here, about an 8 by 8 foot square that's just behind the bar that's serving as their kitchen. As the Black Mountain Wine House says in its name, it's more of a wine bar, or I guess more of a wine house than a restaurant. It has a small selection of 6 things to eat, along with some daily specials and cheese, but it's nothing close to a full menu. However, I was surprised to find that about 50% of the people that go there for dinner. Also, when I checked the reviews online, as we talked about in our last show, always checking those reviews, I noticed the food was something that everybody was talking about. And with things like the coq au vin as their daily special, you start to get this sense that, this place might be a little bit more than it appears to be. Well, as I perused the menu, there was one item that I just could not leave without trying. And if you've watched the Artsy Fartsy show before, ironically, I've talked about it before. It's a truffle mac and cheese. And though I obviously love it, and I'm pretty sold on any truffle mac and cheese, I also do hold it to high standards because I've had some really, really great ones. Well, I am officially adding Black Mountain Wine House to my list of best mac and cheeses in the city. I loved the simplicity of it. I'm a crazy flavor person. I tend to double, triple, quadruple my spices, my herbs. I'm always adding something even to, my frozen meals. And though that's not, definitely not a bad thing, I tend to really appreciate when something just simply works. My mac and cheese has about 4 or 5 or more cheeses, and this had just one. Just Gruyere, truffle oil, mushrooms, this perfect crunchy, buttery garlic bread thing on the side. It just really beyond hit the spot and was really a perfect dish. And there are so many fun things on the menu. If you guys ever go there on a Tuesday, you'll find that they have fondue. So if you ever can't get a hold of me on a Tuesday, just check the Black Mountain Wine House because I'm probably having their fondue. And as my friend so perfectly put it, you don't need a lot of things on a menu when they're good. And she's so right. You know, how many times do we say a place is great because we had one good thing? Or we go back to this place again and again and we have the same exact thing. If it's good, you don't need a lot of it. And the Black Mountain Wine House is definitely doing it right. You know, I'm hoping that I've sold you. We'll definitely put some more information on our website. You can find out exactly where to check it out. And guys, I really feel like this is a really great place for artists. You know, it's not too expensive. It's, you know, a great place to do some writing or just kind of collect your thoughts or just, let's say, face it, relax from a long day of auditions or the 1,000,001 things that we do as artists. So I definitely hope you guys check it out. Spencer Barika, I think you might want to join me for a drink there sometime. What do you
say? I don't drink.
Of course you don't.
So now we have John Brayman.